to those few people that questioned broker charges that I've complained about in the past and saying they didn't really believe it. Well, you want proof? Let's take a look at why I will never, ever ship or receive anything with FedEx again. Well, today I want to talk about what I consider to be criminal organizations, but I'm quite specific when people want to send me products, whether it's a sample that they want me to review or whether it's someone sending me something to repair. That they don't ship it by these guys or those guys or the ones that drive around in the brown truck. And that's because these guys charge criminal rates to import products, even things that have no value. Now, the post office will do it too if it's got a high declared value. As one of my viewers that sent me a piece of equipment found out when he put a high declared value on something that should have had a declared value of 0 on it, then there would not have been any taxes. And in the case of the unit that was sent in with a high declared value, it ended up having about $100 in taxes, $103 I think in taxes, which ultimately the owner of it had to pay, because I wouldn't accept it without the taxes being covered. So I have two examples here that I just received. Well, one of them I received a few weeks ago. That was that, and see, this is at least DHL. We'll talk about them first because DHL won't deliver it. And I think I mentioned in a video last week that I sent the DHL guy away because a package had arrived for me that had taxes owing on it. And that'll be an upcoming video. And I sent him away. And then the vendor that wanted me to do their review, coming from Shenzhen out of China, and I'm not going to show you the product right now because that's irrelevant, but you'll be seeing it on an upcoming video. It's a battery charger. I contacted them and they authorized to pay the duty, and they paid me for the amount for the duty and I paid them, and now it got delivered. But they still charged $19.13. Now, out of this, but at least DHL won't deliver it. I don't get any surprises left at my door when there's duties and taxes owing. If they won't deliver it, which is, I'm going to get into FedEx here in a minute, because FedEx, I'm fed up with FedEx. FedEx is total bullshit. Pardon my French. But here's how they broke this down. It's a sample, okay? Which shouldn't have any charges whatsoever, but someone decided it was worth $19.90 declared value. So that translates over to $25 Canadian. And then they went and added $1.30 GST and $1.82 provincial tax. And then, of course, there's the processing fee of $10.50 and a transaction fee of $4.75. Of course, both of them are subject to tax as well. So they come up with a grand total of $19.13 to import something that should not have had any charges whatsoever, and had it been shipped by Canada Post, there would not have been any charges whatsoever. Saying that, gonna have to think about that. Let's go on to FedEx. Now, I've blanked out the person's name here for privacy reasons, but the person that the person that if they see this, they'll know who it is that I'm referring to. But I'm not going to mention any names. I blanked everything out. But I received a Digital 8 camera in for repair, and I was quite specific when I talked to the person about it, that they ship it by USPS and don't put a declared value on it. But it got shipped by FedEx. And I guess how FedEx works is, that they give you insurance when you buy or when you ship something with them. They have insurance on it. I know because I've shipped stuff with FedEx before, and they'll say, well, we'll give you $100 worth of insurance in case it gets lost. So that automatically becomes the declared value, even though I think it was listed on here as a gift. See it on here. Okay, yeah, I can put that. I don't care about that person's name. That's just the employee at FedEx. Okay, here it is. So it's listed as a gift. But and on the side it says here, camcorder for repair. That right there should tell you that this is not staying in Canada. This is going back to the United States. Right there, it's marked that it's in for repair. So this should not be a taxable item because it's not staying in Canada. But what happens is these crooks, oh, it's worth $100 US. See, US currency. So we're gonna figure that out for tax calculation. That is now in Canadian dollars. That is worth $130 Canadian. And then you go through the whole BS here of provincial and GST, and we come up with GST was $8.42, and where was the other one here? It's on this one here. Anyway, FedEx delivers this thing to my house. They drop it at the door, which is bad enough because I have a sign at my front door that says nothing is to be left at my front door because I've had many things stolen. The post office guy gets it. He doesn't leave anything at the front door. Post office guy leaves a card at the door and I go pick it up at the post office because I've had stuff that's gone missing. And but the FedEx guy just drops the box at the front door, doesn't ring the doorbell, doesn't do anything, just drops it at the door, and they're gone. This is what arrives in the mail like 3 weeks later. $45.70. You notice how FedEx has calculated this out. Because they've converted the $100 declared value to $130 Canadian, they've added $3.51 of tax, federal GST, $4.91 of provincial tax. Then there's an advancement fee of $10, and then there's a clearance fee of $25.50, and then another $1.78 in tax on those to come up to a grand total of $45.70. $45.70 that I passed on to the client that was getting this repaired before I shipped it back. I knew that this bill was going to be coming because that's just the way FedEx works. Although I did get a surprise from those bastards. I got a bill from FedEx for, I forget what it was. It was $37.50 for their clearance fee. And well, it was the same clearance fee, but there was only like, I think there was like a $2.12 in tax or something. I don't know, because it was another item that the idiot driver dropped. Apparently he dropped a package at my door back in January, but not expecting a package. I never received a package, wasn't expecting anything, and didn't notice anything missing until I got the bill. I've been fighting with them for the past 6 months, trying to get that one resolved. And what they've come up with a resolution is that they're going to give me a break and they're not going to charge me the fees. However, the $1.78 fee that they've already paid to the government for their clearance fees plus the GST, so it was like $2.15. I have to pay that. And when I squawked to them about it, believe it or not, for like $2 and I think it was $2.17, they sent it to a collection agency. That's FedEx for you. Yeah. Totally unbelievable company. So that's my rant on FedEx and DHL and UPS. If you're sending something to Canada, don't use these guys unless you really hate the person you're sending it to, because whoever you're sending it to is going to get hit with criminal rates. $45 to clear a package. And the thing is, with FedEx, there's no recourse because the driver will just drop it at the door unless the item itself has been specifically shipped as requiring a signature. The driver will just drop it at the door, and then this little surprise arrives about 3 weeks later in the mail, which, as I say, is quite frustrating when it happens. It's happened a couple times now, and I'm to the point where I won't accept any packages that people send me that's got duties due on them, except for when these idiots drop it at the bloody door. Anyway, that's my rant on this crap. I've gone on too long about FedEx. It makes my blood boil. So here's the demand I've got from the last bull crap that I got from FedEx. As you can see, this is one that's been under dispute. This is a package that I never received. I received the bill from FedEx. I've spent probably between 9 and 10 hours on the phone. I've wasted days. When you phone FedEx, you don't get through to somebody right away. You sit on hold for an hour, only to find out that the person you're talking to wants you to call a different department. And then you phone that department and sit on hold for an hour, and they bounce you back to the original department. After several attempts to get this package that I never received resolved, and I told FedEx to shove it, they sent the bill off to these jerks. These are the guys that phone you at 4:30 in the morning because they're phoning at 7:30 Eastern time. So they phone the West Coast at 4:30 in the morning, and the phone rings. And when the phone rings at 4:30 in the morning, you think that someone's died. You pick up the phone, and it's someone demanding payment. So you can imagine the colorful language that comes out of my mouth at 4:30 in the morning on a work day. I went through FedEx's bullshit claim because I never received the product, and this is the letter that I received from FedEx. I have to black some stuff out here because I don't want my information going out on YouTube. So I'm just gonna black out some stuff on this thing because this is a lost cause. But do I have enough case ID? I might as well black that out too because I don't think I'm going to be talking to them anymore on this. This is total crap. So this is the package that they delivered, but I never received it because apparently the driver dropped it at my front door. My front door, which is visible from the street, there's no place to hide anything, and it's like 20 feet from the street. And anybody walking up the street can see if there's a package left at the door, and there's some undesirables that live in my neighborhood. I wish that they would go away, but unfortunately there's some, let's just say there's a flop house about 2 blocks away. It's an old house that's rented out to a bunch of lowlifes. And lowlifes, that's putting it mildly. I'm glad they don't live next to me. I hate to. I would hate to see what it's like to live next to these people, but we see them at night. They'll walk up the street, and be one guy walking the dog with a little flashlight, and another guy is coming, and he's standing out in the street keeping watch. And then the next guy comes up and he's trying your doors on your car to see if your car's open. See, I've caught them on my video surveillance. He's walked up to my driveway and checked the doors to see if the doors have been locked. And we see this at 3:30 in the morning. We go back and look at the footage, and they've been up going down the street. Anyway, FedEx said that they delivered a package, which I wasn't expecting, and I've been disputing it all. And this is what I made a claim. I made a claim because I never got the package. And this is the letter that FedEx sent me. This is the number I had to phone to talk to those idiots. Dear FedEx customer, FedEx values your business. We have received and processed your claim request on the shipment referenced above. Unfortunately, upon completing our investigation, we must respectfully decline your claim. Our records indicate that the package was properly delivered to the correct address. Under the terms and conditions governing this shipment, unless a FedEx delivery signature option is requested at the time of shipment, we may deliver the shipments to residential locations without signature. If you have general questions about FedEx in the future, we regret any inconvenience this has caused and hope you understand our position on your claim. At FedEx, we truly care about meeting your transportation needs and hope that we've given an opportunity to serve you shipping needs in the future. What the hell? I have a sign on my door that says, now it's not specifically saying to FedEx because I don't receive packages from FedEx. I don't want them coming on my property. I don't want anything coming from these bandits. It says, attention Canada Post, do not leave any packages at the door. And they don't. They leave a card on the door and I pick it up at the post office. Now, I'm saying, yes, Canada Post, do not leave packages, but you would think that the other guys, maybe they're brain dead. You would think that if there's a big sign on the door that says, do not leave packages here because there's a problem with theft, that they would not leave them, but they do. Now, this one here, they're telling me that it's $101. So the tax bill that I'm disputing was one based on an amount of $101. It was worth nothing, but somehow they've come up with $101 charge, and they've based the taxes based on that. So, that's what I'm fighting, and it drives me absolutely crazy to have to deal with these bandits. So there you know, that's my feelings on shipping stuff with FedEx. And, they're just a pain in the butt to deal with. Especially when they don't even deliver something. They drop it at the door and it gets stolen. Anyway, enough of this. Now I feel better. Thanks for watching.